For millennia, men have felt the call of the sea. To leave the safety of snug harbors for the excitement of the open ocean. This, however, is a story of a smaller sailor, a cat named Wally. She would captain the 44-foot pilot cutter Hesper and would depart from Blue Hill, Maine and travel 600 miles to the south coast of Newfoundland. But first, there was much work to do. Wally ordered the crew to careen the vessel and repaint the hull. There was mast work to do, blocks to oil, and more mast work to do. In her spare time, Wally practiced climbing aloft. Finally, the vessel was ready, and Wally gave the order to cast off the mooring lines and head to the open sea. For the first 2 days, the sea was shrouded in fog. Wally kept the crew in order and checked the compass frequently. The captain smelled a change in the weather. The crew enjoyed a fresh breeze and watched shearwaters playing in the waves. But there was trouble below deck. The captain was seasick and couldn't face the crew. While the captain recovered below, the crew carried on across the Bay of Fundy to Nova Scotia. After 2 days at sea, they reached the beautiful harbor of Port Mouton, Nova Scotia. The captain had recovered. After a quiet night in Port Mouton, it was time to move on. Seas were calm, and Tara made bread. On the way across the Bay of Fundy, the crew noticed that there was a pin loose in the topsail block. Paul had many theories on how he could be hoisted up on the boom to fix the loose pin. Unfortunately, the lift would not reach the top of the mast, so the crew had to forego use of the topsail for the rest of the voyage. They stopped for a night at Owl's Head Bay and then went on to Liscombe Mills. Traveling up the Liscombe River, there were times when they only had 2 feet of water under the keel.
Oh my gosh, it's so warm.
At the dock, they met Darcy, the boat builder, and Alistair, who gave them a tour of Louisburg and invited them to his house for drinks and lunch. Alistair used to be the caretaker for the Acadia at the Halifax Maritime Museum. The crew filled the vessel with diesel fuel and left at dawn the next morning to cross the Cabot Strait to Newfoundland. The wind blew 15 knots from the southwest, a perfect direction for crossing the strait. Hesper averaged 6 knots over the next 24 hours. That evening, while Tara was at the helm, she realized they were being followed.
Wow! Look how many there are! Oh my goodness! Oh gosh! Oh my gosh!
Gets me
Made you
every
jump.
time.
I know, they just pop up.
The next morning brought rain and fog. But after 170 nautical miles, they finally saw their first glimpse of Newfoundland.